Hello and welcome back to 2 Point Museum. We're here in our Passwater Cove aquarium, and in this video I think we're going to focus on, first of all, filling out some of these aquariums and increasing our star ratings on not only this museum but also our prehistory museum if we have time to get back over there. Alright, so we can begin taking a look. Let's probably start with some expeditions here. Now, I did notice we're pretty close to being able to get to this overgrowth jungle. Also this Pepperly Coast POI. So I think we might try to explore what these are. We'll see what kind of plants are here, because both of these look like they reward plants. So I'm not sure if we will use them in our aquarium, but we'll see what we get, and maybe we can get them to fit. But if not, then I suppose when we go to our prehistory museum, we could probably try to see what those are. And then we also have this underwater cave, which we're pretty close to being able to do. We just need survival skills level 1, so we'll have to do some training for that. This requires a supernatural expert, which we're not going to explore quite yet. And then over here, this also needs a survival skills in order to explore it. And it looks like this one, we just need 3 aquariums with 115 buzz, and then we can unlock a few more temperate fish. But I think while we wait, we're going to come back here to the bone belt and continue trying to get more of this Hydrohydrosaurus skeleton, so we can finish that off. And we will, I guess we can get rid of an injury, although it looks like no matter what, someone's going to get hurt doing this. So maybe we just increase XP, since we'll be getting something regardless, and then we'll send them out.
Sticky fingers, both literal and metaphorical, to themselves.
So let's come to our training room here and get someone with survival skills. I think a few of these guys could definitely use some of it. Let's go back to our expedition map. And let's see what this needed. So this needs a botany expert, and I guess we can hire one of those. We currently don't have anyone here, so we'll send an advert out for them. And let's see if we can train a few more people, because it seems like we're a little underdeveloped here. Maybe we'll get a janitor with aerodynamics. Maybe some of our assistants. We'll get one with a ticket booth. And then we have another assistant. And let's just give them happy thoughts. It wouldn't hurt to just make our staff happier in general. And then again, I think our main goal is going to be getting this average guest donation over 500. It looks like that's slowly going up, so that might just be a matter of time issue. And this person just puked. I think he's actually one of our people. He might have an illness, but we'll deal with that once our next helicopter comes back. But now, taking a look around at our aquariums, one of those places on the map required us to have 3 aquariums with over 115 buzz. So this, our temperate fish aquarium, is well over that. This one here is a little shocking. Let's see if maybe we can select it. It is very close. It looks like we're high on pretty much everything, so we might just have to get another fish in there just in order to get the 115. And then we have our lionhead fish. This one's obviously not going to get up to that 115. We just don't have the size, I think, to get that up there. And then this one over here is a little bit closer, but again, it might be a little tough to get that one up to 115. This one we might be able to, but I'm not sure what we're going to fill it with. I suppose we could do more temperate fish, or maybe if we unlock some new fish soon, we could put those in here. But we do have our decoration buzz maxed out and our exhibit buzz maxed out on pretty much all of our existing aquariums, so there's no room that we can improve upon there unless we just simply get more fish. Now I forgot we hired someone to be a botany expert, so we'll hire this person. They have a photographic memory, so they improve the survey level on expeditions by 5%. That won't really hurt. And we can open this and hope that it's one of the bones that we need, which it is not. So we'll send that to our inventory. We'll start an expedition, and let's see if we have any places that we can send our staff to remove illnesses. It doesn't seem like we have anywhere here just yet. Alright, but anyway, I think let's explore what these plants are. We'll set up the expedition. We'll autofill it with our staff. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone is trained yet in survival skills. So we do risk an injury, but we can simply negate that with a first aid kit. And we'll send that out. Alright, so while we continue waiting, I think what I want to do is go through some of our staff areas and maybe just go through and try to improve the decoration rating of some of these spaces, since that does help increase our staff's happiness. Now we do have this staff room here. This obviously has a room decoration rating of 1. Now this is extremely small, so there's really not much that we can do. But the few things that we can, we'll maybe add a window. We could probably add a plant if we find it. And we can just simply get that right in front of the window. That'll help out a tiny bit. We could get another plant here. Or maybe we fit a carpet. Yeah, let's get a carpet under the couch. And then over here, we'll just simply get another plant placed there. We'll move this couch to be centered on the rug. And we'll finish that. That only brings us up to about a decoration rating of 2. But I think that's a little bit better than what we had. I think once we get a bit more space, we'll create a larger staff room to make our staff much happier. This one might just end up being used for maybe these ticketing people, and maybe like this security room. They can come over and hop into this room, and then we'll have a larger, more central staff room over here. But it looks like our crate arrived. Let's open this and see what kind of plant we got. And so this is some Pika lily pads. I think this will fit just fine in our aquarium, so we will send this to our inventory. I think we're going to have to build a lot more space here. Maybe we open it up a bit with some plants and then aquarium surrounding it. But we'll just keep that for now. We'll explore the next area here, see what kind of plant this gives us. So this gave us a mountainous plant, and this is giving us a tropical plant. It looks like it's locked because we need an aquarium with 225 buzz, and then we need to activate buzz bonuses on 15 tropical fish exhibits. So I think we're just going to need a lot more tropical fish, which will probably mean we need a much larger tropical fish aquarium somewhere in our building. But there are still other places for us to explore, so we'll check out this underwater cave. We'll just automatically fill that. It doesn't look like we can get rid of any of this stuff, so we'll just throw on some extra XP, and we'll start that event. Okay, and while we're waiting for our next expedition to go, I forgot we do have this lanternfish that we will send into the deconstructor
Guests should see a few
so that we
exhibits before
can
buying a snack.
get some more enlightenment from that. Now I think we're going to do a little bit of a change in this area. I think we are going to get rid of this aquarium here, and then this one with some of our tropical fish. We're just going to extend that all the way across and just fill up this space. I feel like that's what makes the most sense here. And then we can move this entrance or exit, whatever it is, somewhere else. So we still have access to this portion up here. But first, we did have our crate come back. So we'll get this quick. It's just some XP. And then we will wait for our helicopter to come back so we can send out our next expedition. And so it looked like this unlocked Treading Waters, which is just XP, presumably for training. So we need a training room with level 5 decoration. We're not going to worry about that one. But the next area we have to farm a fish for. I think we're going to hold off on that for a tiny bit. And then we're still working on getting the 3 aquariums with 115 buzz. So I think while we're waiting, because we are going to do a bit of remodeling, we're just going to send out another expedition this way. Try to get those, or actually this is the wrong area. We're going to come here and send this out. And we will try to get more of those bones.
Guests feeling bored are reminded.
And so let's pick up this fish. That'll just get moved into our inventory. This whole aquarium can get sold.
On exhibit. It's no longer presentable.
And then this one here, we can extend out. Well, actually, I think let's remove this entrance. Unfortunately, we can't get it to fit here. I think we'll just sell it for now. We will come back and figure that out at a later time. But now what we can do is edit this room, extend it all the way out here, pretty much double the size of it. So if we now click on it, we have space for a whole ton of fish. I think that's 20. So these fish have much more space, and hopefully we can capitalize on that and get a much larger buzz out of these 2 aquariums. And so what that means is this could probably turn into a space for our lionhead fish.
No one ever looks at
So we'll get this here. This needs a tropical climate, and I believe it was fresh food it needs.
in wrong climate by accident.
So let's get this in here quick so that we don't lose this fish. And that's all good. We can fix those. And then we can see what this fish needs. It looks like it doesn't need anything specific other than just decorations. So let's just decorate this area up quick.
Interested guests are
Alright, so now this lionhead fish is in a much better place. We still have this donation stand here. I think we could probably move this and get that sort of centered in this area. We don't need it off to the side because we do have this one, which says it's, well, I guess we have to pick it up before we see what it's connected to. But now those should be doing okay. And then we can come back here and really just keep expanding this. So we are still exploring, which gives us time to fill in this area. Alright, and so now this aquarium has much more decoration in it. It looks a bit messy and unorganized, but I feel like that's pretty representative of what you would find on a seafloor. And I suppose maybe some things like this might be a little bit more hidden away. And maybe these corals would clump up together a little bit more. Same with these plants. But I think overall this looks pretty good now. Our crate did arrive, so let's hope that it's one of the bones that we need. And it looks like it is, so now we just need one more, which I assume would be the last head here. So we'll just attach that to our exhibit. And then we'll send out one last exhibit or expedition and hope we get that. If we don't get it, we'll probably pivot to something else. We'll autofill. We're getting an injury anyway, so we'll just do XP. And then let's take a look at our mail. Nothing important. Some rewards for the showcase. Botany inspection, although I'm not sure we have any botany exhibits placed just yet. And then our monthly breakdown showing us that we are still earning money here. We'll just get rid of all of those, and we'll just wait. And while we wait, I think let's do another large expansion here. So we'll build out all of this, and I think I'm okay with that. We're not going to completely fill out the whole lot just yet, but this portion will be important. And so I think what our plan is going to be is looks like someone wants to resign. Let's address that first. So they're seasick, wants to resign, and they are disgusted. Looks like all of their needs haven't been met, and they probably need a raise. Actually, I think a lot of our staff could probably use a raise. This is the wrong area. So here, yeah, a lot of our staff is unhappy. We'll give them all a raise, and then we'll give everyone a pay raise. A few clicks, and hopefully that'll stop them from wanting to quit. We do have to figure out how to get rid of the sickness. We'll take a look at that once our next expedition gets back, because this is someone we want to keep because they do have survival skills. But they are getting better, and it looks like they no longer want to resign. And I think we definitely need a larger staff room. So this was leading me into what I was gonna talk about anyway. I think we're gonna move this camera room to this room, and then we're just gonna have one large staff room over in this area. It won't be perfect, but I think it'll be much better than what we were having before. And so we're gonna have to redesign this area a tiny bit, but overall I think what we end up coming up with will be much better in the long run. And so I think it's important to maybe look at some stuff we can make in our workshop. So we have a lot of these nets that would probably serve pretty well for us as we continue looking to grab some fish. And we are looking to increase the amount of tropical fish that we're getting. So I think getting this wide tropical net to allow us to get 2 fish instead of just 1 when we go out on those expeditions will be greatly beneficial. So I think we'll start building a few of those for us to use, and then we'll take a look at this one here, see what we got. So we got an epic quality lanternfish. It's not what we wanted, unfortunately, but it is better than what we currently have. So we will replace that and get that one placed right back in here. And then while we're at it, we will deconstruct this, although it looks like our other one is already still waiting. I'm not sure why. It looks like someone just sort of left it without finishing. It might have been one of our experts. So yeah, I suppose we must have lost someone who had the analysis trait, or maybe, I'm not sure if we need the analysis trait to analyze regardless, but I think it'll be important to get someone with that. Then we have this fish whispering one, so boost aquarium restoration proficiency, plus 10 movement speed in aquariums, and passively increase fish stats while inside the aquarium. I'm not opposed to getting one person with that, so we'll train you, Reginald Rut, with fish whispering. And then let's see if we can try to figure out how to deal with this sickness. So we can come to the Bone Belt, to this Remedial Springs, and unfortunately it looks like that just deals with people, prehistory people. Or maybe that's not the intended area to go to. But it doesn't hurt, we'll send that guy out anyway since he was hurt. He'll give us some XP and we just have to wait just a few moments. Looks like we finished one tropical wide net. We'll just build a couple of these, I think. It doesn't hurt to have extras. It doesn't cost maintenance, I don't believe, to keep in our inventory. So while we have downtime, we might as well continue building them up. And so it actually looks like the sickness cleared itself up, so maybe we just waited too long for that. But we did end up finishing analyzing that one lanternfish. We will place the next one in. Again, we'll build another wide tropical net. And it looks like this is filling out our prehistory enlightenment, these lanternfish. So that's good to see. We're almost halfway. Well, not really almost. We're at 14 out of 50. But we have almost half the decorations unlocked through that for the prehistory side. And now I think we are going to start more quests for tropical fish. So we could look at more lionhead fish and hermit turtles. I think we're going to focus on these flamboyant fish and starfish. I'm not sure if there's any other locations for us to get tropical fish at the moment. It looks like down here, murky middle sea, we could get some, but I don't think... Yeah, we need to farm a fish for that still. But anyway, we'll head out to here. We need to get good quality fish from here anyway. And unfortunately, it looks like a whole leak. Can we get this person to go? Because that event lowers the exhibit quality, and while we're using this wide tropical net, we might as well try to get the best quality as we can. And so everything else looks good here. We'll send that out. And so let's start thinking about farming a fish. So we unlocked this egg cup with some kudosh, and it looks like this is what we need because it does say chance to reproduce fish. So we'll need to find a spot for this. We'll probably get it nice and secluded in the corner here, hidden behind all of those, all of these plants here. So let's just make some space quick. Looks like we have a dilemma we need to deal with. Let's just get that done with. All that glitters while on an underwater Reese, I think that's what that says. A staff member claims to have seen treasure glinting from the depths. Let's check it out. It looks like if we say there isn't time, it means the only consequence is time. But we did get money, and all it took us was an extra 3 days. So I'm fine with that trade-off. We're not really in a rush anyway. Now let's see if we can place down that egg cup now. Looks like we do need to get rid of the grass, as that was probably getting in the way as well. It looks like something is still getting in the way. Is it more of these plants? We might have to come back through and try to... Yeah, it looked like it was the plants still. But we have that placed. We'll get some plants back in here. And we'll vary it up a tiny bit. I think that works out well. We'll be okay with that. We'll let things continue going. And hopefully we should start to see some fish reproducing. And look at that, right away we pretty much already have a fish farmed, so we'll view that fish. It looks to be an epic quality flamboyant fish. This looks like a new pattern. I think these flamboyant fish come in a few patterns, so that's pretty cool to see. Looks like everything else is good with it. And that should get us over that buzz bonus that we needed. Now we do have a lot of fish in here. I think we want to make sure that this filter is able to take care of it. I'm not sure where exactly we can see those stats. So we can see here the messiness versus filter power. So our filter is good for 123 messiness, and currently we only have 54. So we don't have to provide any upgrades to that filter just yet. And now we did get our crate back with 2 more tropical fish. So let's see which fish we got here. So it looks like another flamboyant fish of great quality. A little unfortunate, I was hoping to get a little bit higher quality. We'll send that to the inventory. And it looks like it doesn't, it looks like it duplicates the fish that we get. Maybe it could be 2 separate fish, but they're great quality. I'm not even really interested in that, so we'll just send them straight to the deconstructor. And it looks like we're just farming these flamboyant fish really quickly. This is another one. This looks like another new pattern too. Unfortunately, it's average quality. Now this one is a select specimen, which says it raised to perfection in your museum, worth more than usual. So I think these fish, we can sell them for a bit more money, which we will do just because that one's just simply average quality. We don't really want to deal with that. And then we'll go out on another expedition, and I think we'll come here to this marina junction where we'll either get lionhead fish or a hermit turtle. And we'll do much the same. We'll get a wide tropical net. Now we do want to use the same person to get rid of the exhibit quality. And so we'll just start this expedition. We'll send them out. We'll get 2 more fish there. And we just farmed yet another fish. I think just because there's so much space, we're farming these flamboyant fish really quick. Yeah, farming frequency high. I'm not sure if that's the fish. If we read this here, in order to farm fish, you need 2 fish of the same species and an egg cup item in the same aquarium. Provided there's enough space, a new fish can appear in the aquarium. So for better chances, ensure fish are happy and healthy with active buzz bonuses. Some fish have naturally higher farming frequencies than others. So pretty much we have the perfect conditions for breeding in here. We have tons of space, all of our fish are happy, and I believe we have all the buzz bonuses active too on these flamboyant fish. So that just leads to us getting a ton of them, probably until this aquarium fills up, which I'm not opposed to. That just increases the buzz regardless. But now I think we're at the point where we're going to get our larger staff room. We're going to reorganize this area a little bit before we start to think about all this space that we opened up. And so let's just grab these rooms and we'll move them out of the way for now. So we'll move this one as well. And then lastly we have our training room here, which we will move. So it's a little bit disorderly, but now what we can do is grab a staff room. And we're going to make this fairly large because this is going to end up basically being our main staff room for our aquarium. And so we'll get 2 couches along the back here. We will want a bandage box. Alright, so now we have a much larger staff room. This should be able to handle pretty much all of the staff that we have in our aquarium at the moment. It is maxed out with level 5 decoration rating, so this should make our staff pretty happy to come here. Now, all we have to do is we'll sell this room, and then we'll have to turn this into a camera room, which it just happens to be the perfect size for. So we can get 1 person there, we'll get the alarm there, and I believe that should still cover everything that we need. So we can sell this room, and then we can actually get rid of this space, which then leaves us space for our side entrance, if we can find that. So here we can have a side entrance,
Expedition complete.
and this will get centered right along this pathway here. I believe that's lined up perfectly. And now we have a much better, much more logical layout for this area of the aquarium. Now we did get another crate. Let's open it up and see what tropical fish we got. So lionhead fish we'll send to our inventory, and it does look like we pretty much just end up duplicating the fish that we get. So this one has a higher buzz. We'll just send that one into here. Now I'm not sure. Looks like we do have space. We could just place this other lionhead fish in here as well. I don't really see an issue with that. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And then we can start to begin filling in this area again. So I think we're going to get a new training room with much more space for training. So probably 2x5 or 2x6. Let's go 2x5. And this will get a room or a door there.
Please excuse the exhibit.
So we can get the training library there. A book return here. And then we can get 2 desks here. I think we'll stick with those 2 desks. We'll throw in some light decoration. I don't think we're going to be able to get this one all the way up to the level 3 decoration that the other room has. But we can do pretty well with what we have. I think level 3 will be good enough for now. That does pretty well. Gives us another extra space for training. And then this room can get sold. And then while we're redoing this, let's check out the area that we unlocked. I believe it's this one. This unlocks sea monsters and tropical fish. Here, we're pretty close. We just need someone with mechanics to get this area. I'm not sure what this would unlock. It looks like this gives us, unlocks an area for us to go to eventually. This gives us the Wetlantian artifacts, so we just need to complete 2 marketing campaigns, which is actually where I was just about to get us. So we're gonna start an expedition here. Everything, it looks like we'll be able to do this. Someone with all of that. We do need someone with pilot wings to avoid the MIA event. It looks like that worked itself out. And then I think the best we can do is just do some extra XP. We'll start this expedition, send them out, and see what we get from that.
Honestly, I've seen it
So now with marketing campaigns, we need to have a marketing office, which we will promptly get.
Thank you.
I suppose we could just do this. We'll get that in. And now we need a marketing desk. I'm not sure if it's one desk per person or like per marketing campaign. It looks like it is, so we'll only be able to do one marketing campaign at a time. But this will give us plenty of space to get some extra details in here. We'll get a beanbag in the corner. Although that looks like that didn't work, so we'll just get that placed there. We'll get a large window. What other decorations can we get in here? We could easily get a plant. I think this is a pretty good room. It's again level 3 decoration rating, but I think that's just fine. We will have to come in and open our training, and we'll need... Okay, so we have someone with the marketing thing. We'll get a second person with marketing. And then we'll continue training some of our staff here. So I think we can get a marine life person with survey skills. I think that'll greatly help us out, especially as we're trying to hunt down higher quality exhibits. Being able to get that survey higher up would be pretty good. And then let's see if we can hire another assistant, because one of these assistants will pretty much always be, well, not always be marketing, but marketing does take time. And so now, as for our analysis and workshop rooms, I think these can stay sort of in the corner here where they're at. We are going to move and edit these rooms though. So we'll make them just slightly larger. And then get a door there. That'll be good. This room will move over. We'll extend that room. And we'll just move the door up here. And alright, we have our crate. Let's see what kind of animal we got from this. So it looks like we got a zapper, making the ocean currents an electrical current. It's a sea monster, marine life, tropical climate, and fresh food. Now, can this go in here? I think it'd be cool if we could get the zapper in here. We'll place it down while it's paused. And we'll make sure none of its traits decreases the energy of staff who enter. It looks to be okay. Although this immediately turned green. I think, yeah, our messiness is now over what our filter can do. So we're going to need to edit the room. We first need a fresh food dispenser, which I don't know how close we can get this to the regular dispenser, but we'll do that, and hopefully that doesn't cause issues. We don't have any perks that can improve our water filter. Actually, it looks like we can just upgrade it. So let's upgrade it. And I hope that does the trick. We did get a ridiculous amount of flamboyant fish here. So let's just click through them, and I think we're going to sell the average ones for now. So this one's also average. We'll scroll through, take another look. This one's also average. And that, we're still just barely there. This one's average. We'll sell that one. And that gets us just under our filter power. So this sea monster, I assume, is very messy. Yeah, plus 21 messiness. But if we hit play now, hopefully we shouldn't have any issues with our fish food and all of that. And this aquarium still has almost 300 buzz to it. And now immediately all of our fish seem to be somewhat low health. And that's dropping fast. I'm not sure what's going on. Is it this fish? Is there a sea monster that's causing that? It looks like it was our sea monster that was draining the health of our fish. So it does look like it's our zapper here that is draining the health of our fish, and unfortunately we did just lose our hermit turtle. So I suppose we're gonna have to keep that fish in a separate tank somewhere where it can't do so much damage. That is a shame. I was really hoping we could get a really nice diverse tank here. So I think we'll head back. We'll try to get another hermit turtle while we're here. And I guess we'll just have to wait and let these fish recover. That is unfortunate, but we do have all this space. We might have to keep this in our inventory for now until we can do something better with it. And so anyway, back to our staff area here. Let's get some more partitions. It looks like we might... Well, actually it looks like it's okay now. Or, I think we need more space for this door. So we'll bring this over. We'll bring it all the way out to here. I think maybe we can have a staff-only bathroom as well. And then what we can do with this exhibit is just expand it a tiny bit more. So we'll expand that to here. And I think this is now a good-sized aquarium for this space. We will also get another staff door over here. And it looks like something broke. We'll get that fixed. And I think we should be back to normal. I guess we can just move this staff door to here, which keeps breaking things. I'm not sure why. Alright, now we should be good. We can leave this alone. We can start a marketing campaign. And I think for this, we'll just do a families campaign. We'll just do a basic one just so we can quickly run the 2 campaigns to unlock the next POI. And I know I said I wanted to go back to the prehistory museum, but I think we're going to end this video off here pretty soon once we unlock that last POI and do a few more expeditions here. Alright, so we got more hermit turtles. This one's in great condition. So we will place that back in to this exhibit. And we use the wide net, so we should have 2. So now let's see. We might be able to... Yeah, we can start farming these hermit turtles now, too. Unfortunately, those have a lower frequency than the flamboyant fish. But the fact that we can potentially get more is pretty okay with me. And so let's start thinking about this area now. I think we'll extend this one a tiny bit more, just get that little bit of extra space. So maybe we can end up with 3 bull sharks in this area at some point. Looks like we need more assistants. So let's hire yet another assistant. And we'll hire the one with pilot wings. Now it is important to notice that they do have traits here. So this one's robust, which accelerates from injuries. This one, expeditions increase happiness. This one depletes toilet maintenance on use. I think we'll hire this person. They have marketing, which is also a bonus. And then let's get an aquarium in here for our sea monster. Hopefully that's not too big. But
School trip arriving soon.
they'll need a filter.
That's your warning. Okay.
I believe they need a fresh food dispenser and a heater.
Attention.
I'm seeing a lot of thieves. Let's come back here. I'm not sure why that filter didn't work. I'm seeing a lot of thief notifications. Let's just make sure nothing's getting stolen. It looks like here and here. So I think we don't have anyone in the camera room right now, which is why we're having these issues. Do we need another security guard? Probably, since we have so much more space. We'll get them in there. Let's check our mail quick. Another showcase. Of course, we'll get that placed.
Required to restore exhibit. You're the expert.
Now we have someone back in the camera room, so hopefully these thieves will stop. But anyway, back to here. We can get this zapper back in. And everything looks like it's doing alright with it. So, what does it need as a buzz bonus? Just aquarium ruins. So, let's get some of those in here. And we'll do some quick detailing of this space. And then we'll be right back once we're done with that. Alright, so now we have our little zapper here, swimming all by himself.
Was a close one.
Everything's doing okay though. Maybe we get another donation stand right in the middle here between these three exhibits
Announcement.
again.
Exhibit needs restoring.
And then we do have our helicopter here, so let's come back down. And we'll see if we can either get another zapper or whatever this tropical fish is. We will autofill, but we do need someone with pilot wings. And we also need someone with survival skills, so that looks good.
Team, leave it.
And it looks like our donation stand here is pretty full, although we do have enough security guards. I guess we'll just hire another one. I suppose it doesn't hurt to have too many. I think a lot of this empty space here is starting to take away from our security staff. Maybe if we get some of these security chairs around, that might help a little bit. So we could get one here by the entrance. We can get another one here by this entrance. And then, I suppose just one more, probably here-ish, would be okay. And then as for cameras, unfortunately we're not close enough. This would be the closest we can get another camera, so we'll probably need another security room somewhere in this staff area in the near future, which we do have space here, we could fit one. Or even here, at the end of this hallway could be one, although I know I wanted that to maybe be bathrooms.
Guests lingering by the exit
But
should make the jump and get on with their
I think that's
lives.
okay. There's no exit this way anyway, so anyone who does steal something would have to come back through probably all of our security.
Restoration required.
Alright, we got our second star on our Passwater Cove aquarium. So, that was a little unexpected. I wasn't quite expecting to get it because we weren't really gunning for it at the moment, but that's good to get. We can now reach a maximum of 4 stars for each museum. And it looks like we're already pretty close to getting the next one, so that might be what we focus on in the next video, getting both of these up to level 3, and then probably moving on to a new map. But let's see what we got here real quick before we end off this video. We'll open the crate. Alright, it looks like we got a tiger shark, some kind of catfish. Now, let's see if this can be placed with any of our other exhibits. Let's see if it can tolerate the zapper. No, it does not. Unfortunately, so what does this say? It is one that will eat fish, and then dreading water, so frightening you'll run from the water. Mild impact on comfort toilet. So it looks like this is a scary one that people would probably not be a fan of. Now maybe we could get it here. I'm not sure. So each one of these lionfish takes up 2 spaces. Now if this tiger shark, if that takes up 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. So that means there's a chance that this could eat the lionfish. I think we're just going to have to put that in our inventory for now. But let's get one last marketing campaign going quick before we end here. So we'll just get a general one for the museum. Proceed. And then we'll fast forward through this. And it looks like we've unlocked this one. So that will be 2 more temperate fish we can unlock. Alright, and then we also just unlocked the Wetlantian outskirts. So we can unlock that, and that seems to really open up our map here. So we got cold water fish, some more Wetlantian ruins and artifacts that we can get. And then this underwater cave, which we could do, but we're going to end off on a bit of a cliffhanger here. And I think we're going to end this video off here. So there's lots more for us to do in this next video. Things have gone pretty well here, especially with this larger aquarium exhibit here with all of our tropical fish. This whole area here that we've expanded into. We do have some more plots of land that we can look at buying. For instance, we could purchase this one right now if we wanted to. And then this one needs a little bit of work, but it looks like we did just unlock a lot of the stuff that we could use to unlock it. And so I think we're in a pretty good spot here to wrap some things up. I think, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to get our Passwater Cove Aquarium and our Prehistory Museum up to 3 stars in the next video, and then once both of those are at 3 stars, we'll open up a new museum just so we can keep the variety, give each theme a little bit of love throughout this series, because there's still a lot we haven't touched, especially with space and the supernatural stuff. But there's a whole lot more that I want to begin exploring, and then maybe later on, a few more videos in, we'll come back here and really start expanding, really fill out this area, and get a really nice aquarium on this map. And so I think that's going to be the plan for our upcoming videos. So we're going to end this off here. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.